Welcome to FX Options University, recorded live at the International Securities Exchange, the world's largest equity options exchange. Join the industry's top trading professionals as they provide insight and strategies for trading in the currency markets using FX options. FX options are a low-risk alternative to hedging currency moves in any market condition.
Welcome, everyone. This is Steve Misic, your host for today's ISE webinar. Really happy that we have Steve Misic with us today. Steve will be talking about charting techniques to shape your U.S. dollar opinion. He's an instructor for the Online Trading Academy, OTA. He's traded in the markets for many, many years, and he has a wealth of information about trading, and he spends a lot of his time as an instructor for OTA, doing both webinars and doing live presentations. I'm sure you're going to really enjoy today's presentation on these techniques to shape your U.S. dollar opinion. I think that today will be a great presentation. Just want to remind everyone that you can trade currency options right through your equity options broker. So you just need to have a brokerage account through an equity options broker. So it's no different than trading an option on Google or Microsoft or anything else. They're exchange listed. They're cash settled in U.S. dollars. They're European style exercise. You can even trade spreads. We started out with just dollar-based products, meaning the dollar as a base currency. We've gotten a lot of requests from those either trading the spot market saying, well, how about trading Aussie dollar against U.S. dollar, or British pound against U.S. dollar, euro against U.S. dollar, or New Zealand dollar against U.S. dollar. We just added those, and you'll see that right there on your slide 2 there. So those are new. We added those a couple months ago. And I just also want to remind you that taxes, margin, and commission are not included into any of the examples that we talk about or Steve talks about today. And if you want to learn more about options, please stop back here at the ISE each and every Tuesday. You can listen to Steve Misic's previous presentations. They're all available via archive, as well as the other guest speakers. We've had many of them. And you can also go to optionseducation.org to learn more about options. So please do that. Without further ado, I want to introduce Steve Misic, the Online Trading Academy instructor. And he always does a great job for us at the ISE. So thanks again for joining us, Steve. Really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Steve. Thanks for the kind words. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. Hope everybody's doing well. Just wanted to say I'm glad to be here. I always look forward to these presentations. The ISE does a fantastic job. This is a great product. I like it. I use it, and I recommend everybody does too. And of course, like Steve said, get as much education about it before you actually dive into it. Nothing wrong with practicing paper trading it. We always recommend that at the Online Trading Academy as a way for you to get started. And we want you to understand that every time I start this presentation, I'm always going to say that Online Trading Academy has a couple of goals. We want you to succeed. We want you to learn how to combine fundamental analysis and technical analysis to improve your trading results. There's people that say one is better than the other. Really, if you think about it, what you're looking at on the chart is pretty much emotions of people that are trading. That's something you really can't see in the fundamental analysis that you look at. So combining both of them together is really more effective as a way to shape your opinion. You can see what the emotions of the traders are. At the same time, you can understand the reasons why the traders get as emotional as they do. And what happens is each one of the asset classes that are available to be traded have their own cycle, and so there'll be emotions from those traders too. So it's a good idea to actually make yourself a rounded trader, a complete trader, and try to look at both fundamentals and technicals when you trade. Then once you do that, it's a very, very personal thing for each and every trader. Only you know yourself, and one of the things that we're really starting to focus on more and more at Trading Academy is the mastering what we call mastering the mental game, really getting your head into the game to becoming a trader. And that starts from actually writing out a comprehensive trading plan and planning all your trades as much as possible in advance. So you want to write down, just like a pilot who goes through a checklist or somebody that's actually planning some important event, you want to make sure you write down everything. Write down what you're going to use to trade, what instruments you're going to trade, what type of risk management styles you're going to use to protect your capital. What are your profit objectives? What are your goals? Having this all written down in advance is what we use to help us control our emotions during trading. And as we always like to say, there's the professional trader who plans his trades, and of course the novice trader who just trades by the seat of his pants. But this becomes something that's really personal. Everybody's time frame, how much time they have to trade is going to be different, how much capital they have to start with, what type of trader they eventually want to become. So these are personal questions, so you need to start writing that down as soon as you have an idea of some techniques. And then I also encourage all my students to treat their trading as a business. Eventually you want to move from hobby possibly into a full-time trading career if you possibly can, or one of your goals should be to just be your own personal money manager for the rest of your life. So today we're going to talk about some goals I have for today, or kind of explain different types of trends, something called a secular trend, something called what is a cyclical trend. We're going to take a look at what happened to the U.S. dollar since we did our last presentation in October, kind of review what happened since we talked about it, what type of chart patterns are always forming as the market's moving. We have reversal patterns. We have what we call trend continuation patterns. And these patterns, of course, are based on the emotions of traders. People get excited and prices gap, or people get very, very scared and they may gap down. So these are repeatable patterns that we can use in our trading, and we can kind of look for to give us clues as to which party is dominant in the market. And I'm going to cover a little bit about some support tools we call indicators, kind of help us time our entries. We'll talk a little bit about trading ranges again, and this time we'll talk a little bit about trending techniques. And if we can get to it, I'll try to jump to the charts and take a look to see a couple of things I planned out for today's presentation just to see how they played out. And so hopefully we can get to that. Okay. So first off, technical analysis is the use of past market data based on price and volume to attempt to forecast the present and future direction of price. So we want to kind of take things that have happened in the past and use that information, much like a doctor uses an EKG. He does a bunch of tests to see what's going on with the patient. And we want to look at the markets, what's happened in the past, and kind of project potential turning points and profit targets for trades that we're going to take in the future. The study of price has been seen as early as the 17th century in the Dutch markets, and in the Asian market, which is where the futures markets actually began in the early 18th century, there was a gentleman who actually came up with the candlestick techniques that were very popular today. And so technical analysis has been around for many, many years. And technicians or chart analysts like to use charts to identify these price patterns. Once you identify a price pattern, you can use a few tools to help you time your entries. And all of this combined gives you a visual view of what the financial market looks like to try to recognize as soon as you can and as early as you can when trends are going to happen. The sooner you can get into a trend, obviously the closer to the turn that you can get in, the longer you can be with that trend, and you can benefit from those movements because prices, especially in our currency markets, tend to trend for long periods of time.
Thank you for participating in this week's session. Please join us again next week. Get trading ideas, exchange rates, webinars, news, and commentary. Visit www.fxoptions.com. ISE FX options can be easily traded through all options-enabled brokerage accounts. These exchange-listed securities are cash-settled in U.S. dollars and have a European-style exercise.